Namaste and welcome back to today's episode of Mahabharata Matters. In the previous episode, we saw in preparation for the Rājasūya Yajña, Krishna said eliminating Jarasandha was the best way. So Bhima, Arjuna and Krishna had gone to Magadha kingdom and killed Jarasandha. Yudhishthira now started his preparations for the Rājasūya Yajña. Each of the brothers of Yudhishthira were going to different kingdoms of the country and inviting the kings personally. Arjuna went northwards, Bhima went east, Nakula went west, Sahadeva went down south. They would all invite the kings, and if they accepted, well and good, else the brothers would fight them, defeat them, and then make them surrender to the supremacy of Yudhishthira. Nakula was sent to Hastinapura. He was instructed to invite each of the family members personally. So he invited Bhishma, Dhritarashtra, Duryodhana, Shakuni, Karna, Dronacharya, Kripacharya, everybody. He also went to Dwaraka to invite the Vrishnis. Krishna and Balarama were ecstatic to get the invitation from Nakula. In some places, the brothers had to fight a war with those kingdoms and make them surrender. Many of the kings accepted the invite. Some of them fought with Arjuna, Nakula, Sahadeva and Bhima. Worth mentioning here is Susharma of Trigartha. He was defeated by Arjuna all right, but he got offended by that. He was vengeful and decided he will take revenge on Arjuna one day when he gets a chance. We will see the repercussion of it in the Kurukshetra war also. Arjuna had won wherever he went. So he got the name Vijaya. And he got the most wealth from all quarters of the country. So he was called Dhananjaya, which means one who brings wealth. On his way, Nakula had met Ghatotkacha, Bhima's son. Sahadeva had met Arjuna's sons, Iravan and Babruvahana. Iravan was Ulupi's son, Babruvahana was Chitrangada's son. They were all ecstatic to meet their family. Everybody agreed to come to the Rājasūya Yajña. Kings from all across the country started coming to Indraprastha. The Vrishnis arrived. Also came along Sahadeva, the king of Magadha now, Jarasandha's son, then Shishupala, Dantavaktra, Susharma of Trigartha, then the kings of Kosala, Ayodhya, Mahishmati, etc. Everybody started coming in. Whoever came, they brought even more gifts for Yudhishthira. Kauravas from Hastinapura arrived too. Vedavyasa, Maharshi Narada, all were in attendance for the Yajña. Since they were family, the Kauravas were given tasks too. Intentionally, Krishna assigned Duryodhana to oversee the treasury. Duryodhana was looking at all the wealth that was pouring in into Yudhishthira's treasury. His envy, jealousy and anger knew no bounds. The Yajña had many segments and rituals. The coronation of the king as the supreme power was a part of the celebration as well. This was done with great pomp and show. Duryodhana was clenching his fist and gritting his teeth, trying not to show his hatred towards the Pandavas. Shakuni was dumbfounded. They did not know what to say. The Pandavas had become so prosperous that they could not imagine. Duryodhana in his mind thought all his efforts since childhood had only seemed to be fueling the prosperity of the Pandavas. Along with being dumbfounded, he was angry, jealous, and vengeful now. Though Krishna was smiling throughout the celebrations, in his heart he knew that the beginning of the end had started. All these Kshatriyas assembled in the party would all be killed very soon. They would make their choices, they would pick their sides, and there would be a war of dharma against adharma. We will see how these events unfold as we go along. What are our lessons to learn from this story? The Pandavas lived their best life possible. From childhood, the Kauravas had tried their best to destroy them. They had poisoned them, tried to burn them, took away their kingdom, gave them a barren land. None of these things seemed to deter the progress of the Pandavas. Probably that's why it said, living well is the best form of revenge against an opponent. Picking a quarrel with the opponent for every small thing is not essential. Living a good life is revenge enough. One can learn to be a greater person in times of conflict. That's what we learn from the Pandavas in this story. With these thoughts, we come to the end of today's episode. Remember, in this series, we are discussing matters of Mahabharata because even today, Mahabharata matters. Hari Om!